Stop. Before you keep scrolling, I need you to understand something. Every single case you are about to hear is real. Every name is real. Every location is real. Every piece of footage described exists somewhere in this world right now. And every single person in it had absolutely no idea they were filming their last moments. I am going to warn you now. By the time this video ends, you will understand something about cameras and about human beings that you cannot unlearn. These are not stories. These are not dramatizations. These are real people who filmed themselves on ordinary days before extraordinary ends. 7 levels, each one darker than the last. Level 7 will not leave you. I am warning you now. Let us begin. Level 1, the ordinary day. We begin here because that is always how it begins. Not with a scream, not with a warning, not with any sign at all. It begins with an ordinary morning that has absolutely no idea it is the last one. The alarm goes off. Someone makes coffee. Someone checks their phone. Someone films a quick video and sends it to a friend. The horror of level 1 is not violence. It is normalcy. It is the gap between what the camera sees and what is coming. Case 1, Sarah Jones, Wayne County, Georgia, February 20th, 2014. Sarah Jones was 27 years old. Say that again slowly. 27 years old. She was a camera assistant, working on a film called Midnight Rider. She was good at her job. She was passionate about film. She was exactly the kind of person you wanted on a crew. On the morning of February 20th, 2014, Sarah filmed herself getting ready, just a quick clip on her phone. Hair up, vest on, steel-toed boots. She sent it to a friend with a caption that read, "Another day on set, living the dream." She had no reason to think otherwise. What Sarah did not know was that production had failed to secure the permits to film on that bridge. The permits had been applied for. They had been denied. Multiple people had warned the director multiple times in writing. The production filmed on the bridge anyway. At 7:33 in the morning, a freight train rounded the bend. The crew scattered. The train was traveling at full speed. The bridge offered almost nowhere to go. Sarah Jones was struck. She was the only fatality. She was 27 years old. The part that stays, the part that nobody can forget, is that video. That quick casual clip of a young woman who was happy, who was excited, who was living the life she had worked for. The camera saw her alive. The camera had no idea either. Case 2. Nick Harris was a recreational diver with more than 400 logged dives. 400 dives. He was not a beginner. He loved the water, the way some people love mountains, as a place that made the rest of the world go quiet. On January 11th, 2020, he strapped a GoPro to his mask and slipped beneath the surface. He filmed the descent, the light fracturing through green water into blue, a school of fish moving in unison. He narrated quietly into the camera, naming species, reading depth off his gauge. He was completely calm. He reached 18 meters, and the narration stops. The GoPro keeps recording. For 41 minutes, after Nick Harris goes still on the seafloor, the camera captures footage of the ocean floor around him. Undisturbed, eerily quiet. The fish continue their routines. The light continues to shift. The world continues, without any acknowledgement that a man has just left it. His family watched the footage. They said the hardest thing is how beautiful it is. How blue, how quiet, how ordinary. Case 3, the Dashcam Archive, multiple locations. Millions of cars began recording every mile, every journey, every day. What this created, without anyone intending it, was the world's largest collection of last moments. And investigators found something that stays with everyone who hears it. In the seconds before impact, the drivers are always doing something ordinary. Always. Singing, tapping the steering wheel, adjusting the mirror, laughing at something on the radio. One clip from Russia in 2019 shows a man humming to himself on a clear, dry morning, good visibility, dry roads, no risk. He adjusts his rear-view mirror. He taps the steering wheel twice, in time with something only he can hear. Then, a truck crosses the median without warning, and the footage cuts to static. The humming is the detail that stays, not the impact. The humming, because the humming is life. The humming is a man who had no idea. And the gap between the humming and the static is the entirety of what a last moment looks like when you do not know it is one. Level 2, the warning they didn't hear. Investigators have a term for this. They call it pre-incident recording. Footage captured before something catastrophic that in retrospect contains signs that no one recognized in real time. The question these cases ask is a quiet, terrible one. If someone had been watching closely enough, could they have seen what was coming? Case 1, Eliza Lamb, Hotel Cecil Los Angeles, January 31 SD 2013. Alyssa Lamb was 21 years old. She was a Canadian university student, traveling alone through California. She was funny, she was thoughtful, she checked into the Cecil Hotel. On January 26, 2013, she called her parents every day. She was doing well. On January 31st, the elevator security camera recorded 4 minutes and 7 seconds of footage. That would become one of the most watched surveillance videos in recorded history. In the footage, Alyssa enters the elevator. She presses multiple floor buttons. She steps out into the hallway, looks both ways with visible urgency, steps back inside. She presses herself into the corner. She peeks out again. She moves her hands in front of her, in slow, fluid, erratic gestures, fingers spread, arms moving in patterns as if interacting with someone or something that the camera cannot see. The elevator doors remain open. Alyssa walks out of frame. Alyssa Lamb was never seen alive again. 19 days later, guests began complaining. Low water pressure, strange color from the taps. A maintenance worker found Alyssa Lamb inside one of the rooftop water tanks. She had been there for 19 days. The medical examiner ruled accidental drowning. But the questions have never gone away. The rooftop was locked. The tanks required significant effort to open. Engineers describe the possibility of someone entering and securing it from inside as physically implausible. What the footage shows is a young woman who was afraid. Afraid of something the camera could not capture. Whether that something was real, or whether it was something only Alyssa could perceive, 4 minutes and 7 seconds cannot answer. And that is why the footage will never stop being watched. Case 2, BRNDONSWNSON, rural Minnesota, May 14, 2008. Brandon Swanson was 19 years old. His car went off the road into a ditch. He was not hurt. He called his parents. His father stayed on the phone with him. What followed was nearly an hour of Brandon walking through the darkness of rural southwestern Minnesota, describing what he could see, attempting to find a landmark, a light, a sign, anything. He was not panicking, he was figuring it out. Then, after nearly an hour of walking and talking, Brandon said, calmly, without any preceding distress, "Oh, SH." And the line went dead. Brandon Swanson has never been found. No body, no clothing, no personal effects, nothing. There is only a recording, a father listening to his son walk through a dark field. An hour of footsteps and farm sounds and a 19-year-old's voice. And then 2 words. And then nothing. Case 3, September 9, 2017. Kenneka Jenkins was 19 years old. She attended a party on the 9th floor. Friends live-streamed portions of the evening. Kenneka appears in some of this footage. She is laughing. She is dancing. She is 19 years old at a party on a Friday night. In the early hours of September 9th, she left the party alone. Hotel security cameras picked her up. The footage shows a young woman who is severely intoxicated and deeply disoriented. She walks into walls. She loses her balance. She pushes through doors. She is visibly struggling to navigate a building she does not know. No staff member intervened. The security footage shows Kenneka Jenkins entering the kitchen area of the hotel. Inside the kitchen was a large walk-in industrial freezer. The footage shows her going in. It does not show her coming out. Her body was found inside the freezer the following day. The freezer door locked from the outside. She was 19 years old. 2 levels, 6 cases, 6 ordinary people on ordinary days that the camera recorded without knowing what it was recording. This was part 1. Part 2 goes deeper. Subscribe to Nocturnal Evidence. The truth only surfaces in the dark.